What if I told you that the real war between the United States and China is not being fought on battlefields, but inside supply chains, technology labs, and global markets? While the world focuses on loud political moves and short-term conflicts, China is quietly playing a much longer and more calculated game. To understand this, we need to go back. When Donald Trump became president, he made one thing very clear. China was the biggest threat to the United States. His strategy was aggressive and direct. He imposed tariffs on hundreds of billions of dollars worth of Chinese goods. The goal was simple: slow China down, protect American industries, and force China into submission. For a moment, it seemed like this strategy might work. Global markets reacted. Companies felt the pressure, and many experts believed China would struggle to handle this sudden economic attack. But China didn't respond the way everyone expected. There were no dramatic reactions, no sudden collapse, no panic. Instead, China did something far more dangerous. It adapted. Rather than confronting the United States head-on, China began quietly restructuring its entire economic strategy. Supply chains started shifting, not away from China completely, but into a more flexible and global network. Chinese companies began expanding into Southeast Asia, Africa, and Europe. New trade routes were developed. New partnerships were formed. At the same time, China started focusing on something even more important: self-reliance. Because China understood one critical thing. The real weakness wasn't tariffs, it was dependence. For decades, China had relied on Western technology, global markets, and foreign demand. But under pressure, it began to reduce that dependence step by step. And this is where the real story begins. Because the true battle between the United States and China is not about trade. It's about control over the future. Think about the industries that will define the next 20 years. Artificial intelligence, semiconductors, renewable energy, advanced manufacturing. These are not just industries. They are power. Whoever leads in these sectors will shape the global economy, influence political systems, and control the direction of technological progress. And China has been investing heavily in all of them for decades. While short-term conflicts dominate headlines, China has been quietly building long-term dominance. This is what makes the situation so dangerous. Because long-term strategies are hard to see, they don't create immediate headlines. They don't cause instant panic. But over time, they change everything. Now compare that to the United States approach. Policies change every few years. Strategies shift with leadership. Focus often remains on short-term wins and immediate results. China, on the other hand, plays a different game, a slower game, a deeper game, a game measured not in years, but in decades. And that difference in thinking could reshape the world. Because if China's strategy works, the consequences will be massive. Global supply chains could shift permanently. Countries may begin aligning more closely with China's economic system. The dominance of the US dollar could slowly weaken as alternative systems emerge. And perhaps most importantly, the balance of global power could change. This is no longer just a competition between two countries. This is a transition period for the entire world, a shift from one global order to another. And the most surprising part is, this shift is not happening loudly. It's happening quietly, step by step, decision by decision, investment by investment, right now. So when people ask who is winning, they are asking the wrong question, because this isn't about winning today. It's about positioning for tomorrow. And the real answer may not be visible yet, but it is already being decided. So the question you should be asking is not, who is stronger right now? But instead, who is building the future? And when that future arrives, who will be in control?